When I look at these global growth markets and I look at the globalized nature of the world today, I'm very clear in my mind that that country groupings like BRICS is no longer going to be the fashionable way of doing it. We've got to decouple even within the global growth markets, and the opportunities then are many and manifold. So I think in a nutshell, it's not going to be about brick in a wall. It's going to be about many such bricks in the wall and continued and sustainable growth. Let's look at, for example, urbanization. More than half of humanity today lives in cities, and that in turn is going to, in itself, drive enormous changes in demand patterns, in the way people buy stuff, in the way they live. And so because of that, with this rise of urbanization, we have to recognize the fact that the majority of that is going to happen in the global growth markets. And that means that if you take the example of Indonesia or Nigeria or across the geographies, any country, the capital city, just by virtue of the fact that it is the magnet, is going to be growing pretty much at double the rate of national GDP. And what that means is that the opportunities that throws up in logistics, in infrastructure, in consumer products, in real estate, and so on, will continue to be fairly good investment sectors to be looking at and investing in. People are younger in these markets. The average age is 26. And if you think about how consumption patterns are experienced by people, their trend to spend is maximum between the ages of 25 and 40. They peak at 40. Guess what the average age of the OECD countries is? 40, right? So you can see trend tapering off in the consumer products and demand side in OECD countries and increasing in global growth markets. And that has enormous ramifications for companies that are engaged in this sector, large companies that are the pivots of stock markets in the West are going to increasingly be looking at opportunities in those markets to grow and evolve. And all of this is happening against a backdrop of technology. Big data is going to become crucially important. And I think the way in which we interpret it is going to become crucially important. How do we siphon off the noise, and how do we think about what is really impactful? We're going to have to learn to develop ways and means of evaluating data and then acting on it. The thing that I would love to be remembered for when I feel that the time has come to pass the baton to the next generation, I feel that the most important element of what we have done here at Abraaj is bring a global focus on the real opportunities in our markets. We've enabled the world to see companies that would otherwise not have been uncovered. We've enabled those companies to grow. We've unleashed the power of their management talent. And we've enabled them to develop capacity that has, in turn, enabled them to become global champions. We've done this time and time again.